Good morning, everyone, and happy Monday, and happy CIAA week in Baltimore. Thank you all for being here this morning to talk about one of the very best community events that we have in Baltimore. I want to quickly thank everyone who is here, Councilwoman Ramos, for your leadership and advocacy around this event. I know that he couldn't be with us, but my Senator Corey McCray, and all his great work in our community, BOPA for leading the charge and organizing this, and all of our community partners. We know we couldn't do it without you. Waverly Main Street, Red Emma's, and Peabody Heights Brewery. The Waverly Main Street would not be the same without you, and your commitment to this neighborhood goes so far each and every single day. And I think outside of the Hamilton Main Street, Waverly is probably where I spend most of my money, because there's a business that sells a lot of Mervo gear that I go to quite often, to be honest. But Baltimore, the book festival is coming back. After a brief hiatus and wonderful neighborhood-based festivals like last year's Waverly Book Festival, we are coming back better than ever. This is a special event for everyone in Baltimore, whether you're a young person who has found reading as a window to the rest of the world that you're excited to experience, a parent sharing their love of reading with their kids, or just a lifelong book lover. There is going to be something for everyone. Together, we're going to be sharing Baltimore's fantastic literary history, our amazing hometown authors, and every single Baltimorean that has a special connection to the world of books. For me, the library was always a place of comfort and support, and that love of reading has followed me throughout my entire life to now, and I'm so excited to share it with my own new family. I already am reading to baby Charm. He'll be reading Malcolm X Speaks to Young People very shortly. Baltimore, join us for a fantastic return on the 25th anniversary of the Baltimore Book Festival this September, September the 27th through September the 29th, Friday through Sunday. And we're grateful to be doing this in partnership with the Waverly community and those amazing festival partners that I just mentioned. And we're excited to see everyone come out to support the Baltimore Book Festival, because we know Baltimore is a book town. And with that, I will turn it over to the fabulous Councilwoman from the 14th District, Councilwoman Ramos. Ma'am?
Thank you. Thank you very much. Yay. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I am so excited about being able to host the Baltimore Book Festival in the 14th District, in particularly Waverly. I'm so honored to represent over 11 bookstores in my district, and so many booksellers who live in my district but are selling elsewhere. This makes sense to be able to bring the Baltimore Book Festival to a neighborhood that is dedicated to books. We also have the Waverly Library, the Pratt Library, so this is going to be a true partnership. I just want to thank the community, Waverly, Charles Village, Able, Oakenshaw will be working together on this, as well as the rest of the city. This is the city's book festival, and we're super happy to host it in Waverly. Again, I want to thank Waverly Main Street, Red Emma's, Peabody Heights Brewery, and so many partners that are here that are going to be doing this, as well as BOPA. We could not do it without the full range of partners. So come on over to Waverly. It's going to be great. Thank you.
I know some people may be wondering if Waverly can hold something this big. Well, we just remember that there was a time where Waverly hosted Orioles and Ravens and CFL games, so that we know the neighborhood is accustomed to holding big events. Thank you, everyone. We look forward to seeing you at the book festival. And questions from our media friends?
Comment on a different subject with CIAA Women of Town, the impact to Baltimore, how excited you are to have it here again.
We're very excited for year 3 of in-person CIAA. I was just at the awards reception with the young people last night. We know that historically this time of the year has been a slow month for tourism in Baltimore, but we can see each and every year with the economic impact that we have, over 30 million, over 1 million specifically to black businesses. Our hotels are booked during one of the slowest times of the year. Historically, people are coming in from all of the CIAA schools. Their alum are coming in. Folks are coming in from all over the country to see the basketball tournament, but to also to partake in the culture. I think CIAA is much bigger than basketball. It's about the culture and celebrating that legacy of black excellence in Black History Month in a black city like Baltimore is something that people are very fond of.
Can you say why it shifted to September from April last year?
Thank you for that question. After a lot of conversations and trying to make sure that we were able to get all of the booksellers from across the city to participate and be a part of this, this was the best date. So we wanted to make sure that we were inclusive of everybody.
And it doesn't conflict with any holidays or anything?
We checked. Don't you worry about that.
And for the mayor, have you decided whether you're going to continue to work with Boca after the June?
So as we said before, as you can see, we have seen BOPA's partnership. We know that BOPA is moving forward. We're going to continue to work with them. How that changes, we'll be talking with you guys about that in the future.
Mayor Scott,
Kenzie, yeah.
over the weekend on Friday night, former mayor and current candidate Sheila Dixon was a victim of a break-in at her property. I know that one of my colleagues asked you about quality of life crimes last week. We've talked to several people who continue to say that property and quality of life crimes remain one of the biggest concerns, even though violent crime is going down in the city. Have you made any decisions, or are you going to change the way that you address quality of life crimes, given this continues to be a major problem for people?
Thank you. And I reached out. We know that the mayor, she knows she can reach out to me anytime. I personally made sure. We know there was another incident actually happened on you guys' airwaves a few months ago that I personally reached out and personally sent the police over to check on her. So we're just glad that her family is okay. We're going to continue to focus on that, right? And I think it's very important, Mackenzie, and I know you know this because you're spending a lot of time in Annapolis, to highlight that we as an administration here, as the police department in Baltimore City, have always been focused on quality of life crimes. Just in a 7-month period, we made over 360 arrests from stolen autos. We're going to continue to make those burglary arrests. Well, this is how carjackings are down 11% in the city. We are going to continue to do our part. But as you very well know, as you've been spending a lot of time talking with state legislation and others, it's also about what's happening on that other side. Our approach is always going to be, whoever it is committing crimes, we're going to go out there and arrest them. We've had the conversations even when my police officers get frustrated that they make an arrest of a stolen auto at 9 a.m. and then see the same person back out on the street at 6 p.m. in a car, reminding them that that is out of their control. What is in their control is to make sure that they are making arrests when they see people doing wrong. We're going to continue to do that because we know anybody in Baltimore, anybody in this world can become the victim of crime. I myself was a robbery victim outside of my home when the former mayor was the mayor. And it's about making sure that you're working with the police department to make sure they're holding people accountable as far as we can. But we know I'm going to be in Annapolis again this week. You're going to be there for sure to make sure that we are changing any laws and regulations that can aid law enforcement. I think it's very important for the residents of Baltimore to know. When we were at our wheel lock giveaway on Saturday, one of the police sergeants and I were talking to a resident explaining when the police make an arrest and someone else lets them out, that's not on the police department. We have to make sure that those things are changing. We have great pieces of legislation like Senator McCrae's a bill about transparency with DJS. We have my own piece of legislation around home monitoring that I know you know very well. We have another piece of legislation where we're now fighting to be able to share information so that agencies can share information and that we can do intensive case management for young people who we know are very high risk. We're going to continue our focus and we're going to work with our partners at the state level now that we actually have partnership at the state level to make sure that people are being held accountable on the back end.
Do you think that it's your responsibility, though, as the mayor of the major city in the state, to be more vocal about what is and is not working at the state?
I don't think I can be more vocal. Before anybody was paying attention to things like home monitoring, I was saying it. You guys just weren't reporting it because it wasn't important to you at that time. I've been talking about these issues for decades, right? You can talk to friends in your media like C4 and Brian Neiman. They will tell you that these are issues that are now on the forefront that I have been talking about forever, because these things have to be put out to everyone, Mackenzie. Everyone has to know how the justice system works. Everyone has to know that when a police officer goes out and arrests someone and they're re-released, or if someone tries to carjack a police officer and that police officer is injured doing that, and then a few weeks later, that same person is actually out doing it again, that is what we have to continue to do. I'm going to continue to be vocal because, as I said before, it's not always about doing things when they're just popular. It's popular right now, but long before anyone else was talking about the need to make sure that people with ankle bracelets weren't out here committing crime, there was one person talking about that issue, me. I'm always going to do that. We're going to continue to push. Thank you very much.